Sorry, guys, sticking out the case. A little bit of nature corn. We woke up a bit too late for the sunsets. Sorries. Don't blink if you're worrying. Welcome to our commercial. Because the Mops are having a wonderful day on this. October, this is a super old time to be making a video about this. It's a new playthrough, so we're doing now. We're having 5 playthrough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is insane. But at the same time, hey, it takes what it takes, and when it takes what it takes, it gives what it gives. And as long as it gives what it gives, then we're all happy. Aren't we? So today I wanted to come here because I want to do a intro. I know what you're saying, dude. It's almost night. What happened today? Today was a busy day, and we have work tonight, so I'm gonna be exhausted. But we don't have that many days. So, again, you guys remember yesterday what we talked about? So we're gonna be starting to make some intro and some state of mind. Today there's no TikTok live, so I'll be talking a lot. However, talking a lot but not talking that much because na zdrowie. So, because we had a meeting with my father, and we saw the governmental worker, which went super well, by the way. So, as you guys saw, we have a 5th playthrough. Yesterday, we took the tablets. It took a while to charge. It took a while to fix, but it seems to be working now. Now the battery is complete shit. It almost needs to be charged at all time because it's just that bad. But it's a 12 years old tablet, so just not well. YouTube won't even work on it. So today, what did we do? Because it is late. So we woke up to go to the I'm exhausted. I'm fucking tired. We finished working this morning at 2 o'clock. We woke up to go to the appointment. So that appointment went really well. Really well. Then what did we do? We went to my father's house because yesterday I received the paper. And I said, hey, we're gonna give you a help because I applied, like I said. It's kind of funny because I used to do it with the agency. But I didn't know that my next job was going to be part-time. We cut off the agency, but it's still the situation. However, since my boss changed, my place of employment changed, there will not be as generous with the cash. You see, a couple of seconds, 21%. So okay, we'll have time to make this video. Worst case, I'll go charge it. You know what? It'll be better if I charge it right now. I'll be right back. And you have to be careful because this one is kind of new, so you have to be a bit more careful. Why am I so tired? The moon is beautiful tonight. Why am I so tired? Because I'll be completely honest, I don't feel good. I feel a bit sick. So when I'm tired, usually I'll do a nap for a couple hours. I haven't had a good night's sleep in a while because we do naps. And then what we do is we wake up and then we do how much we have to do until we get tired, right? Which is not the way to do things, but anyway, it's 16% already. But this is magic because this will fix it right away. We'll still lose percentage, but we'll lose them for so long. Yesterday we did 3 hours of this. Anyway, it's a new game, so. So yeah, so we could have slept this afternoon, but we decided not to. My whole day was so hectic, and we took a warm bath instead of leftovers. I still have one bag of that, so I'm super excited. My father gave me some ham too. I'm gonna find a ham, but hey. So like I was saying, what happened at the place is I was doing the same number of hours, but I was making less. They don't work with the amount of hours that you do. They work with how much are you making. So then I had like a $7 per month. And I was freaking out because I was like, okay, well, not only is this not enough, this isn't even close to being enough. But it was my mistake. It is not $6, it's $70 per month, $7 per week, which equates to $280 a month. And we're doing how much? We're doing, let's say we're doing 18 hours. Let's say we're doing 16. It's 180. 180 times plus 36 plus 36. 216, 252, 252, 288, yeah. So it's 288 per weeks. 288 per weeks times 4 is 8,000. It's 1,050 something, 64, something like that. And then you add the $200, and we got $700 per month, which is more than enough to survive, right? And that's pretty much it. The government is helping employees because they think that they don't think they do it for normal students, and they're like, hey, we know that you're going to classes. So there's also the fact that I'm going to not a kind of a class to be a better student. So this is also important. Apologies. So yeah, so I went to my father's house because I received the paper and I was like freaking out. Like, that is a mistake. There's no way. And we fixed it out. Plus, we went to the government because I need to pick up some checks. Because those $6, they're checks, and it's a kind of crazy thing because I didn't know if I was able to get it. So I changed job. Long story short, this is gonna be a long video, by the way. This is a state of mind. This is an intro, so this is kind of cool. Right? So also a recap of the day, which is kind of cool. So I go in. Oh yeah, I changed job. So I'm thinking that I'm not allowed to get what I was getting before because it's a changed job. And at the same time, I'm working for the agency. Now I'm an autonomous worker because there's no intermediary, there's no middleman, right? But I'm still allowed to say, hey, you have to pick up your checks. Now it's problematic because if you spend too long without picking up your checks, they'll say that, okay, well, if you really needed them, you would come and pick it up. So if you don't pick up your checks, they're gonna be like, hey, this guy is hiding some money somewhere. Are we hiding money somewhere? Well, I'm secretly the heir of a very, very rich sardine empire. And I'll talk about it often because I know people are going to judge me lately, but we have about 12 pennies a month out of that. And that's done. That's good. I went to sleep, but I felt sick, so it took me I'll be completely honest also. I want to build that up because tonight we have the tournaments, and I want to be focused on both. And being focused on both is super important. Why? Because I like doing things, but I like doing them also well. So yeah, so it went well today. We had a meeting with the government. This is kind of cool. Like, listen, this is Tablet is so old, it won't let me play the tower. This is basically the tower. It's a clone. It's a copy, a cheap copy of the tower. So it's kind of funny that we play that. But yeah, we're making enough to be reliant on nothing. Relying on nothing is not relying on your savings. So, if I did the math, oh my god, this is embarrassing. If I don't buy food, I have over $130 per month. $170 per month. That's actually pretty good because $170 is if you decide to buy food, it's 40 something dollars per week. You don't go far, but you go somewhere. There's a ton of food that you can get for that. You run with the specials. You go to Costco. You can do it. So yeah, so we went to the government worker today, and we established, okay, well, what is the pros of having a job? Because, for example, she was like, hey, we can offer you information. That information is in a year and a half, and she's really pushing me there, and that was obvious, right? Because in her mind, she told me that I have potential, which was very kind. But she wants to get the right candidate. If it's me or somebody else, she doesn't care, per se. She doesn't care because the place. So what's going on? It's yeah, okay. So let's say they have these classes, right? And these classes are able to have. Let's say there's 18 students. These classes are able to get one or two students that are approved by the government and are remunerated. So if it's not me, it'll be somebody else because those classes have places for that. My apologies, but she still want to make the best, right? Because at the same time, it's kind of crazy because I think information, right? I think information is like a year and a half, and it's nuts because this formation being a year and a half is a year and a half. So if I don't do it, if she chooses the wrong person, that's not a good person for another year and a half. You understand? So she has to be cautious about that. But at the same time, I mean, listen, whatever roll your boats. Oh, we had laps. We had orb speed. We had orb speed for a while though. That was bad, and we died. It's okay. Extra orbs, extra. Read all about it. We're gonna go with interest. You know what? We're going to match interest. Yes. So, long story short, I wanted to make sure that she was. So, she said, I see you going to I see you going to class. I see you motivated, but and I'm gonna tell you guys a secret after that. But are you the right candidates? Because I told her that I had an appointment. So the job that we have is great. Don't get me wrong. The job that I have is great, but I don't know if you guys remember like a month and a half ago, which is I know it's far, but a month and a half ago we went to a place called the job fair, and the job fair I applied for a company called SQDC, which is Society of Quebec, Cannabis Company of Quebec, SAQ, Société. No, it's Cannabis, Quebec Cannabis Society. I don't know how to say it in English. I'm French. So yeah, so they called me, and I was like, okay, well, are you happy about that? I was like, yeah, I'm super happy. However, I do find a bit of a moral quandary over here. Moral quandary is a great word for that. So I don't have to wear a beanie, so I'm not a douchebag. I'm just a guy who likes wearing beanies. Hello. So what she was saying basically is that because this job is kind of great, whatever my moral quandary, because it's a good job, it's a governmental job. I was like, well, you wouldn't sell an alcoholic alcohol. You wouldn't sell a gambling addict some gambling tickets, right? So I was like, yeah, but there's rules in place. Why do you have the problem? Well, and I was like, I eat, and this is a very selfish thing, but with her, because she's super smart, she's really smart, and with her I can have a more open discussion, because she's very empathic, and she was like, I'm sorry guys, I'm hungry. Today we had a leftover nuts, leftover candy. I'm gonna be, oh, you know what? A nice little sandwich would be nice. Give me a sec. Let Papa make his sandwich. To get out of this god-awful place, there's something I can't escape. So tell me why you're sake for this guy. Though I'm a bad intention, and do what I do best in your heart. Really feel I want to be better. No. So yeah, I was talking about how this made me feel uncomfortable, and how this causes a direct conflict with what I believed in. And I was like, okay, well, what should I do, right? Because it's great that you tell me that, but what is the end all be all, if you will, of this? And she's like, well, I feel a lot of potential. You would find, hey, this is kind of cool because this is before, right? But we also only like outfit I have a place for like it's next to my shelves, and I'm fat. I don't try to pass. There you go. Or sandwich, some sausage, and some delightful. Oh, I like them. Some delightful sausage cheese. So yeah, so when I'm charging the bikes, I can't really access most of the apartment because the apartment is small. So what I do is because this battery is charged with the solar, and charging with solar is not quick. I think I had a second comment. People have been commenting on the video today, lately. I'm here for that. Bread. Because I thought I was going to be having enough, but no. I'm a part of the house, so. And she was like, well, I think we have potential. I deal with people and you know how to deal with the situation. It's like, I know that you don't think that you have authority, but you have good reflexes when it comes to conflict. You're not stressed. That's good. Like, well, thank you. We talked a lot, and it's not so much The conversation that we had, the question she asked, you know? And then she was like, well, I'm gonna trade being comfortable right now or after. And I was like, I don't know. Because if I'm not comfortable in the job later, I'm not supposed to help. She wanted me to be a street consultant. Something that goes to homeless people. I'm sure that they're okay, you know? And I was like, well, if I'm not doing well, if I'm not comfortable in my skin, if I'm dealing with issues myself, you know? Humility is when I'm 100%. I feel great. But where am I? 3 days ago. You're gonna make me sound like an asshole, but I'm single, okay? I flirted with a girl. Really cool girl, right? 2 days ago. I flirted with another girl, different girl. And then yesterday, I flirted with a third girl, right? Now, ultimately speaking, the reason for that is because it's shitty. The reason for that is because I'm bored, not as motivated, and I don't know. You know? So the answer to that is, okay, well, I'm not feeling a sense of accomplishment at work. Guys, 4 pages. Holy shit. And the 5th one. Because I don't feel the sense of accomplishment making video or at work, the brain is looking for it elsewhere, you know? Maybe a relationship. The reality is not that. The reality is I'm less confident in relationships. So I let my fears override my desire for company. I let my fears override a need for a relationship, love, you know? It's lonely, man. It's lonely. But the problem, no, because I work. Is working a solution? No. It's coping. So, last few days, I flirt with ladies, right? And I feel fantastic. And it's with guys, all of them, over my TikTok live, right? So, I'm in a position of power, but still. And I feel like this is why I was so confident. I'm in a position of power, so, you know, a bit easier. Because when you're at work, right? And you're both together, you're both working together. And you're like, okay, well, this shift is shit. I don't feel like working, I don't feel like working for this person, or I don't feel like doing the work that is demanded of me. And because of all these cases, well, we're in this together. Because you don't want to work, I don't want to work, so we're trapped in this together, right? And the only option that we have to make it a bit less painful is to be together, right? So it's easier in the sense of we're both needing of a third relationship or a third thing to do. Work, boredom, fix, solution. It's tough. It's tough. Right? Because you're like, yo, are we friends because we're working together, or are we in a relationship because we're seeing each other every single day? We need to work because we're not seeing each other. It's complex, you know? It's complex. Like, and then I'm 3 days in, and I got 2 numbers, and I got no answers. So like, okay, well, you fucked it up, right? I don't understand. I don't know. So then this fact of confidence, it makes you doubt. So you feel like you're smart because most of the time when you talk to people, you don't have the smartest conversation, you don't have deep conversation. Most of the conversation that you have are social media, and social media is a place to relax versus a place to think, right? So most people will avoid this conversation, and that's fine. That's completely fine. However, when I don't have them a lot, it's like and it's not the first time that happens, right? When I was living alone, which I still do, when I was on my own for the longest of periods, I was like, well, I feel like I'm always right because there's nobody to tell me that I'm wrong. The fact that nobody tells that you're wrong doesn't mean that you're not wrong. It means that nobody tells that you're wrong. And because nobody tells that you're wrong, then you're wrong, but you just don't know that you're wrong. You're not aware of how wrong you possibly are. So it's kind of complex, right? And with this one, it's hard enough to ask a question that makes me really think. For example, she was asking me, um, if you're going into if you're going into a this again, this is a mind fuck. I'm not used to that, and it was exhausting today. It was exhausting, but in a good way. Mental gymnastic. She's like, well, if you have doubt about this company and you don't want to work there, why did you apply? I said I was desperate, but now that I work, I'm not desperate. And she's like, okay, well, is the job not good enough for you? And I was like, well, this job's pay more. And she was like, well, no one work for a company. Why did they interview at all? You have a chance to stop it. They're in track. And I'm like, well, even if I do the interview, it's a case of proving myself that I can do it, proving myself that I can have this job, right? And then I have this job, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable here. I'm gonna have to go. Versus, well, you know what? I never had the chance to do it. So it's a success because we did an interview. It's a success because we got a job. It's a success because, technically speaking, the job that I have right now is easier than the job that I'm aiming for at the Society of Cannabis of Quebec. But because I have, see, this is kind of insane. It's like a relationship. We were talking about relationship before. Is this girl, right? And this girl tells you like, hey, I just wanna. Oh, Timmy, that's my boy, Timbo. I just wanna fuck. And you're like, holy shit, I kind of just wanna fuck too. And then you're about to fuck her, right? And I'm sorry for the words that I'm using, but this is. Well, if you're watching this, you possibly are old enough to understand. If you're old enough to understand, then something said like that, you don't mind. And then you had the point of fucking her, right? For example, I have one of my friends, and this is very personal, but she is in a very, she's in a very bad situation, and her coping mechanism or her answer is like, you know what? I have been in a relationship for a while. I want to be single for a while. So she's vulnerable. Taking advantage of that is vulnerable, but she is down, and I am down. However, would it break the friendship? And I don't know if it will. And I used to not give a fuck about friendship, but then I realized how important those are and how meaningful those are. And she's a really good friend of mine. I'm like, if there's no risk of losing the friendship, of course we're gonna fuck. But if there is, I want to take the risk, and the answer is possibly no. So coming back to the place, the fact that I'm able to say no, but also the fact that I'm contemplating the idea. If they tell me that they have values, and they tell me that all of my fears are things that they thought about, all of my fears are unfounded because they have strict policies, then I would be like, oh shit, this is kind of cool, right? This is really, really cool. There's people that, this is stupid though, because you think about addiction, right, which is weed. Think about addiction, so I think about addiction. I think about drugs, which is weed, cocaine, crack, heroin, speed, ecstasy, Vicodin, crystal, hash, I'm forgetting something. This is when the school of the streets failed me. Mushrooms, acid, LSD, opioid, yeah, that's pretty much it. And opioid, again, it's so large, right? So, you go in and you're like, okay, well, you talk about that, and it's just because you think about an addiction, and then you think about alcohol. Some people are alcoholics. You won't sell alcohol to them, right? You need wine, beer, brandy, vodka, gin. I know even less about the alcohol than I should. Gin, vodka, brandy, absinthe. Holy shit, I'm bad at that. Rakia, grappa, coolers, whatever it is, right? And you have a third one, which is the gambling addiction. In my mind, those are the main addiction. There's a porn addiction. There's a masturbation addiction. There is a is there more? I don't know. I don't know. With the gambling though, it's easy because with the gambling, if you have a problem, there's this girl on TikTok, right? And I don't know her. I'm speaking out of knowledge because I have some exposed of this person, and she has mental issues. She has BPD, bipolar disorder, and she does psychosis. She does psychosis, right? And it's a known thing. And then I don't know how true it is. I don't know how she did it. I don't know if she had to lie about who she was, but she's basically got a 9 grand. So what you do is they're fronting you the money, and they're like, yo, we're gonna front you the money, and if you win, you win. But if you don't win, you have to reimburse us. So she was able to get $10,000, right? And because she was able to get $10,000, everybody's like, holy shit, this is great. She lost it all, but she's neurodivergent. So what the fuck you mean she got $10,000? That's a lot of money. For me, for anybody that's normal, I'm not normal, but still. And then you ask yourself how they allow this, right? And they don't care. And then you realize the casino, they do refuse to serve customers. If you're caught cheating at a casino, never again. So you care about me cheating, but you don't care about if I have a problem or addiction, right? That's why I had a problem. But at the same time, I have the problem, but it's a uninformed problem, right? And if it's uninformed problem, you're like, okay, well, guess what? I'm going to be in a position where I get to say yes and no after the facts, right? And that's powerful. Versus, well, I didn't do the interview because I didn't know, which is kind of giving up, right? And so her answer to that was like, and I didn't say all of that because, of course, I don't want to know how much I know about drugs because I'm a good boy, right? I'm a good Christian kid. I'm not even Christian. I don't even know if I'm Christian or Catholic. I don't even know. One parent says one thing, the other parent says the other thing. It's quite complex. Child of divorce, hello. I go in and she's like, well, the learning experience is the fact that you made a successful interview and you got hired. The learning experience is that you were strong enough to make a decision of not even being tempted by something that isn't in accordance to your value. I was like, you're fucking right. What if the test here wasn't about if I could get the job? The test here is, what if you're broke, you get a job, but you don't need to. For example, there's a example, OnlyFans model, right? Then they're gonna sell their body and then they're gonna regret it after. They're like, the regret was you were broke, but you didn't do it, you know? Or you didn't do it. And it's kind of insane because I had this other friend, and she's super cool. And she has kids, she has a lot of kids, well, not a lot, she has 3 kids, right? And she even had the tubes. And with her, she's very pretty. But it's a kind of, it's a pretty for a certain group of people. For example, if you like metal, she's a god chick, right? So if you look at her DMs, if you look at her comments, which she exposed because it's funny, she'll show a lot of pictures of people saying, hey, you should get an OnlyFans. And she's like, never ever. And it's kind of cool because it's one thing to say, okay, well, I need money, you should try that, versus, hey, I need money, I can do this, but I'm not going to do it. And that's what the person was saying. It's not about if you are able to get a job, it's about the fact that you are in need to be able to resist. It's like this person, we talked about drugs before, and you're quitting cold turkey. I got a friend, my really good friend, Kyle, trying to stop nicotine, cigarettes. And he said that the hardest thing that he wants to do. But then when you ask him why is he wanting to quit nicotine, he said, well, it's not healthy, and I want to give myself a challenge. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing, right? That's amazing. So you see this completely lag, which means the recorder is fucked. This is so old, I'm not even sure it's gonna work. Starting to lag badly. So then when it lags badly, what you have to do, you have to be stronger. Because the number of things on the screen is the problem. So by being stronger, you kill more of them, and because you kill more of them, they're less on the screen, and because they're less on the screen, it doesn't matter. Or you can do the range, which is more, which means that every single thing is smaller, which takes less CPU. How did I know that? The tower, of course, see, but already. It's much better. However, the attack is weaker than just health. So we're not dying and dying and dying and dying. We have an tournament today. It's gonna be important. That would be important to do. So yeah, so today we had a little question about that. For example, and also she was saying like, well, I see you as a person that has a lot of experience of life, and you're able to talk, you're able to understand people. She was saying like, you're a good listener, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm full of shit. I'm not really a good listener, but thank you for saying so, right? And she was thinking about the job, and I was like, I'm not sure if I can trust myself with that much responsibility, having literal people, mental health or emotional health in my hand. But then she's like, you do it already, no? And she was right, because I do it on social media. People come to me and say, hey, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem. Okay, well, let me see what I can do to help you, right? And it's kind of crazy, because this is a timing thing. Look how much it's lagging, it's crazy. It's lagging like a mofo. It's lagging like a mofo. And we broke the recording. Yeah, so this one, I'm going to be using this one, it's such a problem. And the funny thing with this is that, that was bad though, that was bad. Let's repair it right away. I wanna heal, I wanna feel, like a touch was never real. I wanna let you hold the pain I feel so. Somewhere I belong, and I got nothing to say. I can't believe I didn't fall right down on my face. I was confused, looking everywhere, only to find that I'm not the only person with these things in my mind. So what I use? Negativity. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I thought was never real. I wanna let you all the pain I felt so. Somewhere I belong. And I got nothing to say. I can't believe I didn't. I'd already sang that, but so. What you want? You want paper cuts? Or you want? And here we go for 100 times. Ends and pins. I bleed it out. Ends and pins in every shine. Showing up on something shiny. Throwing out my fucking mind. Tilty mouth. No excuse. Find a new place to hang this noose. You get stuck and smell. Found myself out that no one cares. Ain't down there. Hey, someone pour it in. For again. In that course and I bleed it out, taking deeper just to throw it away. I close this like a dummy, like I throw it away. So with this emotional, and then it sucks because my father was worried about money, because he doesn't know how much I make. He's always about like, hey, how come you're not working? I'm like, well, I don't have a shift. And he's like, well, get some more shift. And I'm like, Dad, this is my 1 month today anniversary. I'm in no position to be asking for shit around here, you know? But he doesn't understand that. And because he doesn't understand that, it's a bit of a discourse. It's a bit of a lost in translation, right? Which is normal. I mean, if my father, I love him. I love the kid. I love it. But very different way of thinking. So I'm stuck here, and because here's the problem with money. It's funny because I've had this job for a month now. There was no problem last week, but now because today is the first one, how are you gonna do it for paying the rent? And he was very worried. I'm like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. In reality, I'm gonna be okay for rent, yes. Because your boy is once again the heir of a very famous sardine empire. You guys like sardines? I got a connection. See, this is gonna lag for the rest of the day. I wanna heal. Just do it, por favor. There you go. Like I thought was never real. I wanna let you all the pain I felt so. Somewhere I belong. And it's kind of insane because in all of this, right, there's a couple of things that are different. The couple of things that are different are the fact that, yes, we're working, but we're still needy. However, we're working, and like I was saying, I have been having some talk. And this is kind of weird because I just told you at the beginning of this video Was it also yesterday? And also the day before. I'm gonna tell you that I've been unmotivated, right? Motivated by a lack of stimulant, right? Because I'm used to being overstimulated, which sounds awful, but isn't. So because I'm used to being overstimulated, then the fact that this happened, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, right? But at the same time, it's kind of complex because, I got 2 comments today, which is pretty good. Because we're gonna be having Shapta Sutta Shapta 737 followers. Big deal. I'm so humble. I'm still putting a foot in each of my sleeves of shirts. You mean pants? No, I mean shirt. Yeah. So I'm complaining about, hey, your boy's understimulated, but then you're overstimulated. You're like, what? Choo. I got nothing to say. I can't believe I didn't fall right down on my face. I was confused, looking everywhere, only to find that I'm not the only person with these things in my mind. So how to move? Uploaded. Come on, buddy. I didn't have enough space. I wanna heal, I wanna feel, I like I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt through. Somewhere I belong. And I got nothing to say, I can't believe I didn't fall right down on my face. Looking everywhere, only to find them. Ragato. Uno, quatro, sete, quatro, 110, 112, 112.25, 112.25. Don't blink as you're buying. Welcome back to another part of this biggest intro that I've ever done. Sorry, the thing closed because no more storage. We're trying to hurry up because we have 20 minutes before we have to do the tournament. Today is Wednesday, right? And after that I have to go to work, so we're good. So like I was saying, it's kind of crazy because I've been complaining about the lack of motivation, the lack of hardship, of purpose to this, and then I've been giving hardship, right? I'm like, I don't know what to do. And speaking of that, I got some great news. I'm gonna be shutting the system. So lately I've been thinking a lot about restarting I'm kind of stuck in a rut. I'm thinking about restarting a weight loss journey, but I have this phone in my head. This phone in my head makes sense. I have this phone that I want to buy, and this phone has cheat screen. And if it has cheat screen, I can literally go live on TikTok, react to Rich Piana, and work out, and have the tower and the third stream. So I could do the three of them. Now, I want to wait until I want to wait until the I want to wait until the ¿cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? I want to wait until Black Friday or Black Friday or Cyber Monday also, which is great. And because we have Black Friday, I could be doing this, right? So I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I know, but I don't. Because I think I know, I don't. Well, I don't know. You know. And this is tough. This is tough. It's not tough because you don't know what to do. It's tough because you know what to do, but you don't know if you should wait to do it or you should do it right now. There's no better than today, but there's no day more informed than tomorrow. Huh? As long as I didn't have to do it yesterday and I didn't do it, we're good. We're good. As long as I didn't have to start and we're late, we're good. So, why am I talking about working out? That's a great idea. That's a great question. Why the hell am I talking about working out? Because this has nothing to do with it. Well, when you work out, there's gonna be original moments where you get loads, and I mean loads of results. And like, wow, I am a freaking beast, bro. I don't know how I do it, but I am a freaking beast. And then you start having less results. Like, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué fach? Like, I don't know why, right? And then you realize that you have to chunk the system because your system is used to certain muscle being chucked in a way of being shocked. So your body will have a muscle memories of, okay, well, you're gonna shock me like this, you're gonna shock me like that, and this is the way I answer. For example, if you get hit one by a right hook, if you repeatedly get punched in the face by a right hook, right? Every single day and around the same time by the same person, your body's gonna have a reaction of when this person is coming, raising a hand to protect that right part of your face. Because you're thinking that it's gonna give you a right hook, right? So checking the system is like, hey, your body is ready for a right hook. If you were to have a left hook, you're fucked. You're gonna be checking the system. I wanna restart riding. Now here's the situation, right? Now this is a big announcement. This is a huge announcement. I'm gonna stop calling this one of these intros. We're gonna be calling them State of Mind from Town. State of Mind. So another one of huge news announcement time. I'm gonna be restarting to write. I want to restart writing, and I want to restart writing because I missed it, but also and this is kind of crazy, but because I feel I need to fulfillment, right? And I want to restart writing corn. Why corn in particular? That's a very good question. That's a very good question because we're forming a playthrough. It'll take a week at the very least to do it, right? And I want to restart writing corn because with the other phone, which is threefold, I'm gonna have one screen, which is music, one screen that's camera, and one screen that is the tower. Then also do that. So corn, I don't have to use it. I don't have to film it because I can't film it because otherwise I'll get in big trouble. And I feel like writing. And at the same time, I was know that it was very popular. And ultimately speaking, this is going to be a way to regain popularity. But regain popularity not in the sense of I want new followers, but in the sense of, you know what, this was something I was doing that made me popular. That was something that I was doing that was making me popular. That popularity made me feel good about myself. And this popularity making me feel good about myself gave me confidence. Now, ultimately speaking, and this is the crazy part, this is insane. This is, you have to be like a demented, you have to be Hugo from Lost to understand that. If, and only if, right? Only if I was gonna be working out, I would have done 2 months from October to November of just losing weight. And if I was even more insane, I was like, okay, well, you know what? We just spent 2 months losing the weight. We're doing 2 months of gaining weight with muscle mass. Right? And because we did this, we are stronger than ever, right? I'm gonna do this, and the plan is to be the winter when we cannot do shit, to be actually writing. Be writing. Why do we want to write? And be honest. But how can I say this? It's gonna be a very sad story. I didn't lie to you guys when I said I was writing. Didn't lie about that. I'm being honest. I used to have a weapon account, and I still have some of the text. I, however, didn't find it interesting to mention that I also wrote 2 books that are complete trash. They're complete trash. And because those books are complete trash, well, I I didn't feel comfortable because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I also write horror story last year. Do you remember how that ended? I don't remember. It didn't end well. So I don't want to do that, right? So with Corn, I think I'm going to get confident. I think I'm going to get more confident to write more stuff. Because I'm confident to write more stuff, then I will be in a good position. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah. I don't know. Yo no sabes como... I don't know. I have no clue. I look in past, I'll be right back. Stop. This will be breaking again. Oh. There you go. I feel like such a douche for wearing a hat in September, but it's October. By the way, I have to call Green Day to wake them up. Wake me up when September ends. So I'm really happy writing. And then, if I have time, what I'm going to be doing, only if I have time, is streaming. Because I want to stream from Fortnite because we took 3 days off of streaming. And because we took 3 days off of streaming, there's consequences to that. What are the consequences, my dear Hink? We're behind schedule. That's pretty much it. So anyway, I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you guys very soon. And I'll see you very soon in this next video, which is in a couple of seconds. Love you guys, take it easy. Sorry if those videos are long, it's just there's so much going on in my real life, you know. And I don't know what to talk to about that. It's insane. I said that I'm helping a lot of people lately, which is true. Can I tell them about that? No. I can't tell anybody about this. So the way of talking about it is truth and news. But this is a diary entry. Dear diary. Yeah, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. John Lancashire. Welcome to our show. I guess doing well to have a wonderful day on this 1st October 2025. Wake me up when September ends. I guess doing well. Today we're talking about the pleasure of doing TikTok live. And this is going to be seen like a kissing ass video, but it's not. It's coming from somewhere around, I think it's on the left side, but maybe the right side. The heart, of course, you got it. You little university students of medicine. The joy of making TikTok live. So lately I've been complaining about the fact that we're not doing so well, morally speaking, emotionally speaking, mentally speaking. It's not a big deal, but we've been feeling very unmotivated. Versus depression, motivated is even worse because like I want to live, I want to have fun, but I don't know how. You know, so it's kind of the opposite of depression, right? And when I look at the last 3 days, which is not including today, it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is the last 3 days, right? We did it live every single time, and I just felt a lot of joy from those live, and I just wanted to say thank you because the only thing that I feel like I'm doing that's purposeful is those TikTok live. I know this sounds kind of crazy because you do so much more than just TikTok live, but they feel, I cannot tell the way I feel. They feel purposeful, they feel like I'm doing something that's kind of interesting. They feel like, yes, I'm wearing a beanie, but it's October, so chill. They feel like we're accomplishing something. They feel like, hey, we're having a talk. And I'm gonna be honest, with the motivation lacking, I'm trying to find joy elsewhere, which is not at work, because at work I love the job, but it's 3 days a week, so I kind of get attached. I'm making content, but right now I don't feel like making content. You see, this is the craziest thing. Do I like making content? Absolutely. Do I feel like making content? No. I don't know why. Yo no sabes por qué. I just feel like speaking Spanish. Why? Because we're watching Breaking Bad, possibly. Possibly. I'm just gonna put it out there. And we die at 86, which is a new best. How do I know that? I'm a genius. Because I'm a mother freaking genius. Yes, we have another. This is the 5th playthrough of a different game though. So yeah. It's kind of cool because, you know, when you're not motivated, you really put in question what you're doing. You really put in question, is it worth doing? So for example, right? For example, you're doing, you're hungry, right? And you have a chance. And this is also called extreme laziness. But for the sake of the argument only, we're gonna pretend like this is not what it is. Okay. So you're hungry, and like, what do I, Mr. X, Mrs. Y, what do I want to eat, right? Do I want to eat a chicken parm, or do I want to eat a grilled cheese? Do I want to eat a beef bourguignon, or do I want to have a Chef Wellington beef, right? And it's, the only difference here is how much time it takes to prepare, right? But there's more than that. It's how much effort, it's how much ingredient, it's how much research you have to do, right? And then you realize that by the time that you finish, you could have ate the other meal, right? And then you look at it and you realize that it wasn't even worth it, right? And this is what we're doing with motivation. But with the TikTok live, I feel like, you know what? This is a solid meal, and I'm going to talk to you guys. And I gotta say, try a couple shout outs. Sucks 3 days ago. You were amazing. Super cool. Before yesterday was Anna. We talked out offline, which was also super cool. And we texted Jessica yesterday, which was, again, at the latest, of course. Your boy is 32 years old, single, and you know, it's waiting on his mind, you know. But just talking to these people, and I feel like the lives are, again, it's just, and it's crazy because is it the hardest thing that I do? No. Is it the most rewarding thing that I do? No. Is it the most social thing that I do? Absolutely. And I think the social aspect is what we're needing, right? And now that we're doing them, it's just kind of insane because you would have talked to me like 3 weeks ago. I was like, well, I prefer making content. You would have talked to me about a month ago. I was like, I don't feel like making it live because there's troll, you know. And now because it's a social aspect. Again, I'm super lucky because right now the community is only positive, and even though I'm talking or doing a live, it's positive. So I don't really mind doing lives, right? And that's pretty much it. So we're having fun with that. Today they're not because there's a tournament and I'm working. But tomorrow we're back. Then we're gonna take a Friday back, and then we're gonna take a break on Saturday because your boy has a tournament, right? So when I talk about that, the important thing behind it is that as fit as it is, there's a tournament, and because the tournament, there's priorities, and because there's a priorities, I'm like, okay, well, what should I do? Right? What should I do? It's insane because we're doing a new playthrough, and that playthrough is retro, and it's not the greatest, right? And well, it's a cool game, but we don't have a lot of this. Oh, that's super nice. Forsaken Anna. Actually, don't know what that is. There's no way. I think it is. Was it important? We just met with Anna, so. But I don't know if it's her or not. We're seeing a video that was 7 years ago, so I don't know what that is. Confirmation. Shout out Forsaken Anna. She is a awesome bean. Awesome beans. And when I say awesome beans, you get to choose. Am I saying BEINJ or am I saying BEANS? One of them is delightful, one of them is a huge compliment, depending on what you want to be. Yeah, to take that life. And it's the fact that we're communicating, the fact that we're socializing, you know. I was, and this is again, this is a very complex thing, but we're going to try to explain it and it makes sense. It's stupid, but the governmental worker, I can't name her because we had this report and I don't want to find out because she knows about the thing. And let, for example, she watched one video that I say her name, she will cut me up. She has a big office, there's possibly a knife in there, or two or three. But then I also have a knife on me, or two or three. So then it's a bloodbath, and I don't want to do that again. Last week was so messy, I don't want to do it again, you know. And she was talking about how there's a literal personality, the multiple personality disorder, right? Where I am in a position where I'm fucking up because this is kind of bad. I don't know. I don't know. It's so complex. It's so complex because if I'm on TikTok Live and I'm being myself, then the socializing that I'm doing is myself, which is great. If I'm on social media and I'm socializing, but socializing happen as ink, then this defeats the purpose. And because it defeats the purpose, then what's the point? I'm gonna charge my phone again. Why was I so happy that she commented? Well, first of all, she's a really good person. Second of all, she's going through something right now. And she's still being a classic gal. A classic gal with some guts. You see, I'm talking like a brain rot mofos. Oh, she's also a mom, so. There you go. Charging my little kid so I can make some vids. I died in this one, but these three I'm good. It's 50, so I have to wait until there's a minutes more. And if I do, I forsake you, and then we'll be happy. I gotta check if I'm charging right. I'm not. Don't know if I'm charging right. Maybe I have to stop. I don't know what to do. Yeah. But then the purpose of being social as staff versus being social as ink, the whole idea of a purpose or a concept doesn't mean that you're trapped in that concept, doesn't mean that you're enslaved by the idea that you're self-made, right? Well, I want to be vegan, right? But at this restaurant, they don't serve any vegan meals. Am I gonna not eat? Or am I gonna find this thing that I'm doing that made me feel a little less guilty about it? And because I did it, I'm gonna do something nice for a vegan, what's it called? A vegan organism. And because I ate a food that I was not supposed to eat as a vegan, then I partake in activity that made people aware about veganism and the importance of veganism, and because I made an effort to socialize being vegan, then the purpose at the end of the day was more purposeful than just eating a piece of meat. I ate a piece of meat, I felt guilty, therefore I sought absolution. I sought I sought a I sought a forgiveness of some kind, and I ended up doing more good and seeking this forgiveness that I did, and establishing the reason why I had to be forgiven. You know, it's complex, but it's beautiful at the same time. Anyway, ain't you talk so fucking much, bro. I love you, I really do. Shout out to Forsaken Anna. Shout out to my mom, my dad. Shout out to my neighbors. Sup, dude? He's not watching, but if he is, like, oh man, you told me sup, dude, and I wasn't there. It's okay, bro. I forgive you. There's nobody, or is there? Take it easy. Don't blink, you should blink. Welcome, commentary show. Whether we walk are having a wonderful day. Letting the beautiful bird called geese carry you to sleep. What a beautiful little nap. But we ain't got time to nap because, my friends, this is Tourney Talk. This is gonna talk for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but now 5 playthrough. Now this is not a tower, this is another game, but it is as meaningful as a tower. Now, I'll be completely honest, we've upgraded a shit ton the tower, so it should be muchos gustos. So without further ado, let's freaking go. We're gonna buy 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chasse? No, it's a cinch, but we don't have enough. And then we're gonna go in tournaments. Y'all ready for this? Yep, I am ready. Yo soy cumplez. I'm gonna end this, right? How do I feel about the tower right now? We're doing really good. We have a new playthrough, which is not a tower, but still. How do I feel is very positive because yes, it's a pain in the ass to do. The shield and the sword. However, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel is what? It is the fact that there's improvements. It's the fact that it will take us a lot less time to upgrade everything for the shield and the sword than it took us to with the crown. Why? Well, first of all, elite cell, duh. But second of all, is because we're more aware or hyper aware of what we're doing. There's also the fact that we are, I don't know, happy-go-lucky, you know? Expression that I love. I learned it not too long ago. 3%. So if I'm gonna have to do this, I'm gonna have to go, and that's pretty much it. So, tournament. Thank you. Perfect. Good. Okay. So now, let's focus on this. I want to make sure that we don't have. Ooh, I fucked up. Holy mistakes. I didn't even start the tournament in shield. We are platinum. Do I have the same as these two? Because now Crone is platinum, and the answer is nay. Super happy. So yeah. So again, the sword and the shield are disastrous. However, the sword and the shield are basically blank slates, and it's kind of crazy to think of them as blank slates because each of these playthroughs have respectively a year old, so they're not new, but there's so much left to do. And at the same time, what is insane is that Crown was basically the baby or the eldest son, the prodigy son, but Shield and Sword are old enough to have a ton of new content in there, right? And this is kind of cool. Now we're gonna do a third playthrough, which is Evolution. I'm possibly gonna be, that depends. I'm talking because I want to make sure that we're filming. Fucked. While I'm waiting for this, we're possibly going to be introducing Evolution, right? Now, for Resistance, this is kind of cool because Resistance, we know what to do. Now, oh, Ink. You're dumb. The recording stopped on here, sorry. Yes, this is a 13-year-old tablet. 13 years old. If you can tell, I'm in a good mood today. Chatting with a couple of ladies. It's tough, dude. It's really tough. Because this is the old tablet and it doesn't work properly. And we got this one who doesn't charge properly. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all up here. If up here is good, the rest is good also. So the resistance, we know exactly what to do, and the resistance is the easiest to do because it's the every single thing that was implied that was introduced later on are now introduced, and you're like, okay, well, I don't have to do shit. I just have to make sure that we're playing the game, right? Now, ultimately speaking, the resistance, there's also the fact that it's a free to play, so I'm not as tough with it as I would be with other playthrough. If I got a pimple, shouldn't pop your pimple, guys. But if you were to do it with a camera for views, you shouldn't show your tits to a stranger. But if you do it, show it on camera for views. Speaking of, give me a second. I'm gonna take off my shirt. No, a lot of people left. Thank God, the real one stayed behind. Welcome to the real video. Today we're talking about the Hershey conspiracy. No, okay. Resistance, we're able to do whatever we want to do, whatever we want to do, which is great, and that's kind of important, right? That's kind of important, and yeah, I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. We're doing good. We're busy. Life is complex right now, in a good way. In a really good way, right? Resistance in itself is kind of great because it's not a blank slate. See, Shield and Sword are a blank slate because I have restriction. Crown isn't a blank slate because right now what we're doing is we're upgrading things that need to be upgraded, but we're also really behind when it comes to labs. There's certain other labs that I can do that are more time worthy, I guess. And we got Coin a Plento. I'm gonna go with Plenty, but I like Socrates and Plato, so I'm gonna name drop them. It's just nice. It's just nice. But with Resistance at the same time, the Resistance is a totally different game because I got the experience of the Crown, the Shield, and the Sword, but I don't have the restriction of the Shield and Sword, and I'm not as far, or I didn't play as much. So, for example, right? Crown we played 2 years, okay? So one of those years didn't have Elite, didn't have Module, didn't have Guild. So we played for 1 year, which was really fun, but not optimal. Shield and Sword played for the same time, but were optimal, or more optimal at least, than the first one, right? The new Crown. Because they were more optimal than Crown, the time was better spent, if you will. And yeah. So, with Resistance, there's just a nonsense of fun to have. But at the same time, Resistance also have some sort of Resistance also have some sort of restriction, which is it's free to play. For example, right now there's an amazing relics, which is 4% speed with lab, which is insane. And yeah. Now for the last one, it's gonna be Evolution. We've been talking about it a lot. So this is top secret product. So if you were to steal ID, get the fuck out of here. But if you were to be interested, please come in. We got Chip, we got Guru. I wish we had some candies, but we're all out. So with what we have right now, with the Evo, I want to buy myself, and I already started saving money, which is great. I want to buy myself a threefold. So either the Huawei Ultimate, Mate XT Ultimate, or the Galaxy G Fold. And Galaxy G Fold, I know for a fact that they can run 3 screens. So the Evolution will be not only working like this, but doing every single thing. So we want to write. We're going to be writing. We want to write. So we'll be writing. We want to do a bunch of stuff, a bunch of things. And we'll be doing them. Reaction, TikTok Live, workouts. They're all going to be on this phone. But because this phone has 3 different screens, we're going to do a screen record, which will be good for all 3 of them. Because it's good for all 3 of them, then you don't have to worry about, hey, I'm making 3 videos. You can do literally 3 things at once, which is kind of crazy. See, right now, what are we doing? We're technically doing 3 things, right? We're filming, we're playing the tower, the tower, the tower, the tower, the tower. That is pretty much it. So that'd be cool. And I can do, again, TikTok live filming. I can do some reaction, one screen, the mirrored one screen, the freaking YouTube video, which would be amazing. We can literally play the tower on one screen, and on the 2 other screen play another game, which is Seven Nights Rebirth, Tokyo Break the Chains, plenty of games, right? Now, that's it for the Evo. Just write also. I want to go back to writing. I miss writing a lot. So I'm gonna go for writing again. And yeah, my crush just commented on a video. And I didn't know it was her, but this is insane. This is insane. We just uploaded, by the way, a 6 hours video, and this is kind of insane. So why did we start a new playthrough? Well, the reality is, I found myself a nice. I just love this girl. You're crushing, bro. You're crushing, right? So yeah, the reason we found this old tablet. Now, this old tablet has a whole history to it. I'm gonna talk about it because I'm gonna make a video specific for that. But long story short, back in the days, you could buy a phone for $500. You got $300 of in-store shop. So with a tablet, that tablet didn't serve any purposes other than watching YouTube. Then we started playing on it, which was Final Fantasy. And then I found it again, and I was like, you know what? The problem that I have right now is I need the computer to work or the TV to work. Now with the TV, the TV is not great because the TV I'm gonna watch a Netflix show, and those Netflix shows are gonna be 1 time the speed. I can use a computer for that, but I'm working on a computer, so we have 5 devices, right? 5 devices. 4 of those are using the tower, so I can actually use it. I have the computer, and I'm working on it, right? I'm starting to write again, and because I'm using the computer, I want to watch on TV. I can watch YouTube, but the problem with YouTube is I don't feel like I'm maximizing my usage of time because I cannot react to videos on YouTube right off the video. And what's the point of using 4 devices to maximize your time if you're gonna be wasting time on the side, right? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so we did that. So I saw the tablet and I was like, holy shit. I can watch literally YouTube on it. I can watch Netflix on it. So Netflix works on this one. And that's pretty much it. So it doesn't work. YouTube doesn't work anymore. TikTok doesn't work anymore. Netflix doesn't work anymore. Nothing works anymore. I wanted a game store. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is not a loss. We can still use the tower. And the plan was to do a no commentary because on this one there's microphone or mute. Like, okay, let's say do mute. And retro. So by retro, we're gonna be using the worst possible. This phone, this tablet is so old it doesn't read SD card anymore. We're gonna be using the worst possible. Well, not worst possible, but we're using 480p quality, which is stupid, dumb, but kind of funny. So I go in and we downloaded the tower, and the tower is not available on this device because it's not compatible with this version. So we ended up downloading Final Galaxy, and because we ended up downloading Final Galaxy, we're playing Final Galaxy, which is not a great game, I'm gonna say, but it's fun. It's fun, and it's kind of the tower. So the plan is to do the same as the tower, and just have something in the background while we play, and just have some fun. And if we can have some fun, then what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I'm excited. I'm excited because so far it has been kind of good. And it sucks because it's a complete, and I mean complete copy of the tower. From the stats, from the ultimate weapon, for the way it worked, for the tier, I really feel like it's ripping off the tower. But at the same time, it's just a game. Just playing a game. And I feel bad because the tower is such a perfect game, but at the same time, I don't want to have 6 playthrough. 6 playthrough would be too much, don't you think? Don't you think? 6 playthrough will be way too much. So we're in a position where we get to do whatever we need to do and have some fun. And that's why we're playing Galaxy. Yes, I felt the need to justify Moisels. It's nuts though. Yeah, we need to do a mission for the ads. It's a daily mission too. It's kind of crazy because if you disable ads, it will not give the mission. But if you don't disable ads, they will give the mission. Right? So yeah, the resistance is going super good. We didn't die yet, which is kind of crazy. Small plans for next. Well, right now what we're doing is we're doing the Final Defender. We're gonna see how it works. Final Defender, however, it's not possible because Final Defender in itself is a great game. However, you do need to do what? You need to watch it because a lot of the time
Hey boss, $500. I want the.
a lot of the time what's gonna happen is the recorder's gonna stop and then you have to watch, right? So this is kind of crazy, but at the same time, hey, and I'm surprised because we have 12 gigs of storage. I was able to do everything, which means we have 5 gigs of storage over. And 5 gigs of storage at 480p is 6 hours. So we get to play this for 6 hours per day. And that's the 6 hours we didn't have, well, we had before, but that's still. However, the battery is shitty. The CPU is shitty. The RAMs are super shitty. So, yeah. That isn't it. But I'm happy. So, what I'm gonna do is let us continue this video. Soon, we're not gonna be able to do any more of, we're not gonna be doing any more of these bad boys. Now, ultimately speaking, I think the next step in our evolution would kind of be to have, for shield and sword, the next step, which would be really, really cool, would possibly be to have enhanced lab enhanced. So the free upgrade would still work and we still get to upgrade attack and defense. And it would be kind of cool because enhanced lab, we would be able to unlock so much stuff and it could be really nice. With Crown, I'm gonna be annoying, but Crown is perfect right now. Crown is a position where I only need to work on 2 things, which is finishing the it's charging slowly but surely. I'm finishing the lab speed and lab coin discount, and they're both over 96. I think there's 90. I think lab speed is 98 and lab coin discount is 93. That's a new high score. That is a new high score, baby. That's huge. That is huge, bro. That is huge. Yeah, we just need to finish the lab speed, and I'm gonna have all 5 of them. 5 of them. The first thing I'm doing, the very first thing I'm doing is we are doing. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna sound crazy, but that's not. It's gonna be doing Death Wave, because we had Death Wave as an ultimate weapon and we didn't really upgrade. The problem with the Crown is we had so many great ultimate weapons, but we never really put some stone in there. It's like, okay, well, let's unlock the next one, then let's unlock the next one, and then let's unlock the next one, right? So now that we did that, oh, I fucked up. Now that we did that, it's kind of cool. It's kind of really cool because we can work on it. And then what happened is they really boost the Death Wave, which is kind of crazy. You know what's insane? Because this is before I started watching the Discord, right? And if you look at it, the 3 main ultimate weapons are Black Hole. We did die at the rank 10. Okay, we're good. Rank 10 is actually pretty good because I couldn't have done much better. So this is a great thing. Rank 10, 87. We would get 60 and 18. Now it's gonna be a question about doing that. But we're not gonna do this. We're gonna be going back home. Should we do our home? Because I don't have the storage and I don't have the batteries. So I love you guys. I'll make another video tomorrow about the ranking of each playthrough. But don't worry, we are still filming, and because we are still filming, we are still gonna be doing. We're still gonna be playing the tournament, so we're gonna have some decent result or as good of a result I can offer you guys, which is not that much, but still. And yeah, let's freaking go. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. I love you guys. Take it easy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't. Oh my god, 60 minutes. Normally, get your boy Ink will come to our show. You guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this glorious 1st October 2025. Today, we are doing a game review, a mobile game review. We are reviewing Final Defender. Okay. So this is kind of cool because this is a game that we started 2 days ago. Now, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the tower. If you needed some convincing, well, 1, 2, we also have the one here. This is playing the tower. Another one here, right? So I found a tablet that I owned for more than a decade, and I was like, okay, well, let's play another game, which is a tower, and it wasn't available. So Final Defender was a game that not only I was interested to test, and I found some ads, but a game that was similar to the tower, right? The same thing, which is one playthrough that you are one tower that you're defending, that you're upgrading, and the goal is there. Now, technically speaking, it's a perfect copy of the tower. The names are different, but it's the same thing. The ultimate weapons are different, but it's the same thing. The card system is different, but it's the same thing. The tier is different, but it's the same thing. The milestone. However, it's a great opportunity. It's a great alternative if you don't like how the tower is run, or the fact that the tower is very expensive. Final Defender is a great solution for that. Right. The coolest thing with Final Defender is how simple it is. We are running this on a 13-year-old tablet, and the music is amazing. It's a fun game. It's boring because it's the same thing. I would say that visually speaking, it's not interesting. However, I will have to give it the case of, with the sounds, it's better. There's no skin, there's no background, which kind of sucks. But who knows? Maybe I can get them later on. Maybe I didn't unlock them yet. We'll see. And yeah, it's kind of crazy good. I'm having a hard time because we're always doing the comparison, right? It's like doing a Zelda Ocarina of Time versus Majora's Mask. It's the same freaking universe, the same NPCs, right? It's a completely different game. So I guess it's a good game. We're far in. We are at 99 tier 1, which is kind of good. Planet 1. And I said that it's planets. Now this is lagging like crazy, so not sure as to what's going on right now. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, this is an old tablet, so all we have to do is increase my attack so it kills more enemies, and because it kills more enemies, then there's less enemies on the screen. That means less demanding for the tablets themselves. So kind of super cool. It's a great game. Check it out. Don't blink if you're buying. I don't have enough storage. Fuck. Okay, so now we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. ¿Dónde están? ¿Dónde están? 203. 203. Don't trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust me. She like me fake it, man. She like me feeling, man. She like the feeling, man. Don't trust the who. Never trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust me. Shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller. And talk with your hips. I said, shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller. And talk with your hips. She wants to touch you, man. She wants to do she man. Don't trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust me. Do 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 Don't blink as you're buying. Welcome to our show. Because of doing well, so having a wonderful day on this 1st October 2025. Today we are reviewing our thumbnail on our tablet, which is the Galaxy Tab E. So why are we bringing this up? This is super cool. This is really, really nice. One of the most dumb video that I ever done, but fuck it, let's do it. So this is something that's really important to me. Really important. So this is something that I bought when I first came in the apartment, right? Back in the days, you could get a phone and it would give you credit in store that you could buy something. And what ended up happening is we bought that tablet. Now, also speaking, the tablet was completely worthless. Why? Well, because we didn't have Wi-Fi, so we were watching DVDs, right? And the phone was doing a better job, which was kind of crazy, right? However, it starts having a purpose. Tablet was super advanced, so when you go to YouTube, you could have a video on YouTube, and it would tell you, hey, you're playing a game right now. Will allow you to play the game, plus they'll have the first pop-in. So for example, they call it the picture-in-picture, PIP. I don't know what you heard about me, because I'm a motherfucking PIP. You can play YouTube or TikTok, you decide. And it was nice because I did that before, and I was like, okay, well, back in the days, I was playing Final Fantasy, which is 2000, I want to say 15 or 16. Oh, it was a shizzle. I was so freaking good. And I was like, okay, well, guess what? I'm going to have some fun with this one. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. And it's simply, how can I say this? It's simply a factor of what I can accomplish here, you know? I can do two things. And this was my very first multitasking, right? And I remember fondly not having Wi-Fi. I remember fondly going to a shopping center, not even nearby, and bringing my phone and bringing the tablet. On one phone I used to play, download some videos, and on the tablet I used to watch YouTube and download some videos, right? And it was super cool because the tablet was all I ever wanted, right? And it was kind of really sharp compared to a phone. And I was doing some mobile gaming back then, so I was too broke to buy another console. Our PS3 broke, so I was like, okay, well, what do I do? And it's kind of cool because my phone was a Huawei. It's a throwaway phone, right? So it costs you $80. It is the basis of the basis. There's nothing to do with it, right? And we upgrade to Sony Xperia. So the Sony Xperia that was great. However, the Sony Xperia, we used it like we use every single other phone. We used to play it emulator on it. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, PSP. Now the problem with the Sony Xperia wasn't the mode. It was the game that we had. Most games that were interesting were requiring a internet connection, right? And the internet connection, I didn't have it, so I was like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? What do I do here, right? So on the tablet, what was cool is you could play basically every single game that you could, and it was just fun. And I remember forever, I fell into depression, and this is so important. I literally think that I threw it away. I was depression, right? And I was bored out of my mind. So I did download every single videos on YouTube of Zelda. And people are gonna get pissed at what I did. I don't care. That was 10 years ago, so go ahead. I used to be in my bath, super comfortable in a warm bath. And what I would do is I would have the Zelda. So the Zelda way was so good, it was because there was no voice acting. You could just read it. So I was playing Final Fantasy in the bath, watching and listening to Zelda playthrough and just reading it. And it was the best. So we found it, and I was like, you know what? I can have YouTube on it. So the reason as to why this tablet is so important right now, right here, right now, is because I am going back to writing. I feel like writing. I miss writing, so I'm going back to writing. Now, I have things like Netflix or YouTube on my TV. However, the YouTube, I can do it, but what am I watching on YouTube? What I cannot react to? I'm watching some video that are, I'm watching Outdoors Boys, I'm watching Kid Boga, which is great. But then I want to watch Netflix on the TV. Why? Because I'm using the computer to write, obviously. And kind of crazy because as stupid as it is, you have the screen here, you have the same screen there. here you're writing. You're switching your eyesight to look at the TV. When you're switching your eyesight to look at the TV, then you're not as focused. Versus this is making in the background and I'm having fun, right? So what we decided to do was, okay, so I was like, you know what? I found a tablet. Maybe I can watch some TV on it. Maybe I can watch some Netflix on it. Netflix just told me this is not compatible with your with your version. So I tried to download. And the problem with this one is we only have 11 gigs. So I cannot have TikTok because TikTok takes a shit ton of time. It takes a lot of space, right? Ooh, 50%, 2%, and 7%. Shit. What was I saying? Yeah. With tablet I was like, okay, well, YouTube it is. YouTube told me this is not good enough. So I was like, you know what? We play the tower. So we already have 4 playthroughs of the tower. But like, you know what? At this point, one less, I don't mind. And I wanted to do something that's kind of cool because this is a really retro device. I wanted to do something that was really retro. And the idea behind it was to do something that was so retro that it sort of made some sort of sense. Very, very confusing, but it makes sense. How does it make sense? Well, it makes sense if you are in a position where you were around when back then, right? Why do I like USB key? Because I grew up with them. Why do I like DVDs? Because I grew up with them. Why do I like the Nintendo 64? Because I grew up with it, right? That's as simple as this. So with Talon, I was like, you know what? Let's play the tower. The tower is too new for that. So I had to find a game, and now it's working. So now what we're gonna do is a retro playthrough, but it's just so good, and it's just so good because you're taking literally taking something that is for garbage and you're reusing it. There's a lot of ads on TV that says, hey, don't trade away your old electronics, recycle them, right? And I'm like, not only do I recycle them, but I'm using them myself, which is amazing. And it just goes to show that I'm a hoarder, first of all, but it's kind of cool that I didn't throw it away because now we're using it. And yes, we can't play the tower because it's too old, because it's too new. We're gonna have to watch YouTube because it's too new. We're gonna watch Netflix because it's too new. When I'm talking about too new, I'm talking about the current version. And then that's pretty much it, you know? It's kind of nuts when you think about it, because we accomplished so much. Kind of nuts when you think about it because we're still accomplishing so much, and this is kind of nice because right now I'm not motivated to make content, so the feeling that I had was this is time to relax. And I was like, okay, well, can I relax? Let's work, right? Which is a great thing. Now, is it perfect? No, it's just a fun fact about using something, and I just think it's kind of cool. I was using my recording fell. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the video here. I'm back in about an hour. But yeah, cool little tidbits of information, isn't it? I love you guys. Take it easy. And I want to end the video, but there's nothing else to say. I just thought it was a kind of a cool thing. And this is Tab E. We bought it. I don't even know when we bought it, but it was a while ago. Doesn't work. Shit. We have extra quarter, which is perfect because it works, but it breaks a lot, and it's not ideal. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Also, the button to go back to the main screen is broken, so I have to literally go. I literally have to go and the tabs, the recent app. We're going for the recent app, and we're going for extra quarter. This phone is so old that I let it charge for the whole night, and it was 43%. So how insane is that? And of course, you're thinking about the thing that we don't want to. This is all pointless. This is all meaningless until you give it meanings. And I think the cool thing is you give things meaning, right? So yeah, so I love you guys. I really do. Take it easy. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the shower. I'm gonna wait a little bit. My apologies. My sincerest apologies. My sincerest apologies. 'Cause I fucked up, I want up. Oh, I know. Oh, I saw. Oh, I knew. So, yeah, so let's go. Let's go. My, be my darling, my Susie, my Ellen. So I have to do the Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we still have to do, yeah, that's easy though. Okay, let's go. I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay.